What's up guys, welcome to One. Today we're talking about case studies, portfolios, what do you need to include in them. So this is really crucial. If you have any other questions, please drop them below. So what do you need to do in a case study or a portfolio? You need to start with an overview. So you give a description. So let's just say a paragraph, an image of yourself, and describe an overview of what the project was. Now in your overview, you just want to summarize briefly the outline of what you were trying to achieve. What was the project about? So you're going to give a summary. For example, let's say you're improving an app, and in the app you want to improve the conversion rate. Let's say the people are using the app, but they're not actually checking out, they're not purchasing the product. So you want to improve that, so you mention that in the overview. You may have a screenshot of that actual app or the actual problem that there was on the app. So you might highlight just that area, crop it and show it there. So that's the overview. Then you're going to describe the challenge. What was the problem you're trying to solve? What was the challenge that you were facing that you needed to fix? So in terms of the challenge itself, what you need to do is highlight a list of pain points or problems that you've discovered. So by interviewing the owner of the business, because if you're not working in a job yet, you're going to interview the owner of the business or the manager and find out what the pain points are, interview users of the product or service. So you list all the challenges. These were the problems, these were the pain points, this is the friction in the service or product. Now once you've done the challenge and it's described that in detail, so everybody's clear of what you were trying to solve, you're going to show your role. So you're going to highlight now your role. So you're going to put a picture of yourself, you're going to describe your role, UX designer, UX researcher, what you were doing, who you worked with. Really crucial, they describe the people you worked with. Now, if you've never worked in a UX design or research job, who are those people going to be? So it'll be the manager of the store that you're doing this work for, or the online company or the e-commerce business. Whatever it might be, you're going to mention that person's name. Also find out who the developers are in that company, or if they're outsourcing it to another company, then just mention the company name that you worked with. So all of that information goes into your role and who you worked with, and then you need to describe how you worked with them. That's really, really crucial. I would say a huge percentage, over 50% of you getting your first job is about how you work with other people. You can be the best UX designer or researcher in the world. If you can't work with others, no one wants to hire you. So you really need to describe how you're tolerant of other people's views, you're patient with people's timelines, you communicate well, you understand others, you listen to them, you listen to their needs in the project. If you can describe all of that, write that all down, that's your role cover. Then you need to describe your approach. What was your approach to the project? Your approach was, I wanted to reduce that drop-off rate, so you want to improve the conversion rate on that sale. So your approach was to start user research, and after the user research, you captured all the feedback, all the data, all the qualitative, quantitative data and feedback from the users. You analyzed that, you started to put together an action plan based on that research, and you worked with, let's say, a business analyst, or you worked with a service designer, or you worked on your own because you don't have one, it's fine. And you describe your approach to capturing that data, creating actionable points, so i.e. this is what we're going to do with the data. We're going to look at the design of the buttons, the layout, the text, the content writing, the hierarchy of the page. Is it mobile friendly? Does it work cross-device? So all of that you're going to look at and include that in your approach. So you looked at all those areas and then you shared that in a report with the developer. And the last part, which is the crucial part that everybody's waiting for, is the result. So what did you achieve? How did you actually solve that problem? So you gave the data to the developer, they coded it, you then tested it. So you did usability testing, and here is the improvement in the product. So now the conversion rate is higher. 12% more people, for example, are now clicking through and buying products, or more people are subscribing or following the page if it's a blog. So whatever it might be, you've proven that you've achieved the goal that you set out in the beginning. So you found a problem, you worked with the team, you described your role, and now you've given the results, and that's everything that they're expecting in your case study or your portfolio. I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like,